Let's go. What's going on, my people? Once again, welcome to the He Said, She Said podcast, where we are talking about the vision.
The vision.
Believing in your vision. This is part 3, and I think this will be the final one.
I think so too.
I think it's going to be the final one because we have amazing guests today.
Yes.
None other than our kids.
Woohoo!
Aracelis and Randall. In the
Welcome.
building.
The one you've been waiting for.
That's right. First off, we want to go ahead and shout out our sponsors real quick. Alpha Medicine and Rehab. Make sure you go check them out. If you have an accident, make sure you go check them out. The information is at the bottom of the screen.
Yep.
So all over Florida, in Texas, this is very important because if you get into an accident, it's a lot that goes along with that. And
hit
you're
your
going to need
funny
lawyers.
bone.
You're going to need doctors. So make sure you get with Alpha Medicine and Rehab. They're going to help you out. Also, who do we have?
Hey, we have Miramar Pools LLC right here in Cape Coral, Florida, or wherever you are. So just give them a call and they'll take care of the rest.
An amazing.
Make your dreams come true.
Yes.
8 hours.
And it's nice. How you liking it?
Yeah, I love it a lot, going in every day. At least I try.
We try. I know you, Aracelis, I know you love going in the pool.
Yep, I do.
All the time.
I just hate when, you get out and it's just freezing. I can't
But it's
deal
all
with
right,
that.
though.
That's why I want the heater, man.
Because it got the heater. It comes with the heater. So it's
Yeah.
good. So make sure you go check that
My
out.
favorite part of the pool is that it's salt water. So
Yes,
it's so
I like
good
it.
on my skin and it's good on my bathing suit and I just
Nice.
love it.
And lastly, make sure you get our shirts. Look at this. This is the He Said, She
Hey.
Said podcast shirt.
And we got the mugs.
We got the mugs. We got all that stuff. So go get your gear
yeah.
at
swagmoldovars.com.
.com.
Yeah. So
Very nice.
with that being said, the past 2 weeks we've been talking about believing in your vision, and I thought about what a great way to end the series by having Aracelis and Brandon's opinion, because as older folks, right, we learned through past mistakes when we were younger. We didn't prioritize certain things. We didn't really didn't have the support of our parents to push us in the direction of where we see ourselves in the future. And
Yeah, I think it was a little bit of trial and error along the way.
Well, with us, raising our kids, we understood the importance of believing in what they wanted to do.
Yes.
Right? But they're also in their world, as they were growing up, there's a lot of peer pressure. There's a lot of influence. When we were growing up, we didn't have social media to become such a big influence in our daily life. So it was really about who we hung out with. We always was outside playing around with our friends.
Yeah.
And, that maybe could have, because we saw our friends do sports or do this or do that, or their parents, it all depends, right? And then we're like, oh, you know what? I want to do this. So we didn't really prioritize what we really wanted to do in life.
No.
I think now with the new generation, the younger people have more of a clear idea of what they want. Is that true? Do you guys think that now this new generation, like you guys are growing, do you feel like this generation probably has a clear idea of what they want to do in life, or no?
No.
No?
No, if anything, I think it might be a little harder with the way things is with social media and the directions people take. I feel like there's a lot of opportunities in different things, and I think you could attack different careers no matter what you're doing, especially, like I said, all the time with social media. I feel like social media is something that people can access more of a audience with no matter what you're doing. Whether it's fixing cars or you're a teacher or you're out adventuring, I feel like there's a lot of different things, especially if you don't have stuff like other people do. Like if you have certain vehicles and, you're kind of just doing your own thing. A lot of people have attraction to vehicles. You could definitely do a lot of information on the internet and gain an audience, and you could kind of continue that. I feel like there's a lot of opportunities.
Correct.
But yeah.
Well, that's what I think. I think that's probably where I get to is there's more opportunities in your generation because you can get the information now. Like you said, okay, you got a vehicle.
Yeah, you have access.
My car's overheating. I can figure it out right now how to fix it and go get it. Like in our generation, we didn't have that. So it was if I was 16, 17, my car was overheating, I'm calling my mom, I'm calling my stepdad. I'm like, how do I get, you know what I'm saying? Like, and hopefully they get to figure it out. But with this generation, I think that now you have so much information that it could really help you. Like if you say, okay, for instance, you game. You got gamers that they know how to edit, they know how to do this. They're very good. They're tech savvy. They could figure it out. You got, you could stream for the world. We didn't have that. So I do feel like there's a lot of younger people that they're making money online. You got young kids. You got kids that they break, was it toys, and they review them. They got millions of views. Like we didn't have that. So I feel like,
and they're developing apps like for us to
Yes.
use in school that are like learning apps, like that I use in class, like Blookit and quizzes. Those were developed by students that were in high school that felt like they needed another way to learn. So I'm like, they're tapping in to where there's a need, and they're like, wait, we're gonna go ahead and fill that need.
yes. So what do you think about it, Sally? Do you think that, like being, you're 24 years old, you have a vision of becoming an actress. Is it hard to pursue that with the influences that is going on in the world or social media? Or do you think that it just, is it easier? Or like, what are your thoughts when it comes to you as a 24-year-old having your career?
Yeah, I think it's very hard and difficult.
For real?
I think we have a lot of opportunities, and a lot of information is given, but therefore things get very foggy. I feel like there's so many routes that you can take, and it's overwhelming because there's so many ways, and sometimes you're thinking like you said, people are making hella money unboxing gifts. I'm like, I could do that. Maybe I'm thinking too much.
Exactly, right?
I'm thinking too much into it. Like I'm 24. I don't have. Unfortunately, the economy isn't really in my favor right now. But
Correct. And that's true too, for sure.
so I feel like for the price that you guys were getting houses, that I would have already envisioned myself in a place of my own. So, and honestly, a lot of people my age, we don't have that. We're choosing to either stay home, or some of us we do, and luckily they got it in like I feel like a easier way. They hopped on the bandwagon of social media. I had it for a little bit, and then I kind of lost it because you need consistency, and I was more of like needing looking at a stable job. I like working. I like having that stable income. But yeah, so I mean, with social media, you kind of compare yourself. I'm 24. I'm still living with mom and dad. I don't have my career set. I don't like to really call it a career yet because I haven't made a living off of it. I haven't reaped the benefits yet of
But
my career.
you're still struggling, and I can
So
see that.
I'm still trying to figure it out, but it's almost like you have a battle, or I'm having a battle with myself right now because it's like, at what point do I need to get realistic with myself? Where it's like, just because you're not seeing it. So I've decided to go full force with it. I'm giving myself a year. I just signed with an agency, a different one. So hopefully things are already looking up and I'm seeing things work. But sometimes it is defeat when you see other people doing like regular stuff and they're just making money. They're living comfortably. They're traveling. They're seeing the world.
And you feel like stuck
and it's
sometimes.
like, I'm like, what am I
missing?
doing? Well, like, what is the missing puzzle or the missing piece to my puzzle? Because I went to school for this. I've been doing this for years. I've known I wanted to do it for a very long time. So I would say seriously, I took it serious. I went for it, went to LA at 18. That's for 7 years. And I have yet to make that break.
Yeah.
I feel like. So, I think that's kind of it. Like, we do have a lot to us, but then also you don't want to spread yourself thin trying to do so many things that are working for other people
Correct.
because you're not putting yourself fully into one thing.
Correct.
trying
And that's
to-
and that's and that's the
trying
key.
to
Yes.
nail it, because you could spread yourself so thin, drain yourself
Yes.
and exhausting. You're not putting 110%
Correct.
in each of those areas. You can't.
Correct.
So it's like, yeah, just taking that risk and taking that leap in that one thing. But yeah, we do have a lot going for us, great like advantages, but sometimes they can be a disadvantage because
Correct.
you end up tiring yourself out trying to figure it all, and then you see Joe Schmo over here unpacking kids' toys and making millions and living comfortably. I'm like, am I thinking too much? Like, what am I doing?
You know, I think that that's a very good topic to bring up. Last week we were talking about, you know, when you believe in your vision and you gotta like 100% be
Press
behind
through.
that,
Yes.
because it's not gonna come easy for anybody, you know. And I do think that there's just a lot that this generation, even though that we would say, as older people,
Oh, they got it easy.
you got it easy.
They
You
can't
got the
complain.
information right there.
How about us?
But the challenge with that is not only you have, yes, that she said, that's true. We have all of this, but the distractions are endless because
Yeah.
you're gonna have people succeeding on things like that, like unboxing this and that. And
You're
what happens
bombarded.
is, if you're not focused on your goal, you can say, you know what? Well, I'm gonna try this out. 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 By the time you know it, 3-4 years have passed by, and you left your talent. You, instead of working on what you love to work on, you're trying to pursue something that's gonna make you money because it's making money for somebody else. And when it's not happening for you, you lose yourself because now you're saying, damn, like you said, I'm 24 and I haven't still, I thought that by this age I will be doing this. But also not understanding that financially, or it's very hard for the young generation to get an apartment. Like it should be affordable to you as somebody that's trying to build their career to be able to get an apartment. And apartments right now, you know,
For just a studio is
I mean,
like,
you're looking into LA and it's like, you know, you're looking at studios that are $1,500, $1,600.
yeah, but LA isn't even a good spot to talk about because it's
Even here.
normally expensive. But here it's like, dang, I can't, just for an apartment, it's like 2,200, and that's just like
Yes.
a one, or like a 1 or a 2, maybe a 2 but not really. Studio, my friend had a studio, and it was 1,900, and you don't even have your own bed, your own bedroom.
Yeah.
Separate.
It's a sharing space.
And then you got to still pay for cable.
Well,
pay
then
for
you're not
this
even
and
there
that.
to enjoy it because you're working, so you're never at the apartment that you're paying
And then
for.
that,
how do
you
you
need to
build,
get it just like a
correct?
house.
And then how do you build your vision when it's gonna take time and it's gonna take money? And now you got an apartment, and now you got to go get a 9 to 5 to be able to pay those bills. Like, how do you have time to carve out your vision? So yeah, I do. I understand the frustration that what you're saying is like you're kind of at a loss, and you know I don't think that you're the only one. I think that a lot of people are in that place because, you know, how do I make it happen? Because it's gonna take a risk, you know. And now you're saying, you know what, I'm just gonna go all in. I'm gonna go to LA. I'm gonna try my best, and I'm gonna do it. You know what? And thank God you got parents that support that. You know, because at the end of the day, it's so hard to see a young person take those risks and not have the support of their parents or their family's not there. You know, people are saying you're crazy for doing
Yeah,
that.
nobody to bounce ideas off of.
And the challenge is you know that plays into your head, and then you start to have those questions that you said, okay, is it time for me to kind of be realistic with myself? Is this just not for me? And I think that's the lie of the devil. I think that that's the lie, because your mind is playing that trick on you, and now you start believing in that lie, and the more you believe in that, the more it just kind of grabs a hold. Because look, it's scary. It's scary to do things that you want to do and you want to love. We talked about this. That is going to test you.
Yeah.
Because
Takes guts.
because it's not going to come easy, because that's the reward. The reward is that when you get there, you're going to say, people are gonna be like, oh my God, you're so lucky. No, this is not lucky that I got this gig. It's not lucky that I got this movie. It's not lucky that I got this place or whatever. It's hard work. People just don't see that journey. You know what I'm saying?
And we were just listening to a podcast from Mark Cuban, and at the end of the podcast, he basically said, "You need hustle. You need hustle to be able to make things come to pass."
Correct.
So that hustle comes at a price.
Yeah, because you know what? You gotta bet all in on yourself. You gotta bet. You gotta bet all in.
Question to you guys is: when things get crazy and the weight of the world is on your shoulders, how do you stay motivated? What are ways that you stay motivated?
Brandon.
I mean, I guess if you're asking like personal, I mean, it's all mental, honestly. Listening. I mean, the way I do it, I like to listen to like good music. I've been looking at different types of genres. Just kind of relaxing, finding what puts me in the mood, what I like to wake up to do, what starts my day off. I mean, it's all mental. You kind of have to just like not really put it past you, but overtake it. I mean, you can't let it tear you down. You got to just keep pushing it. But I mean, everybody has their own voices. Everybody has their own thoughts or whatever. But I mean, at the end of the day, you have to think like every day is a new one. So I mean, I can't be thinking what happened yesterday, mess up today. And I mean, if you had a bad situation with a friend at 3, then at 4, you better be back at work. Like, I don't know what to tell you, but there's certain time stamps, and you have to understand what you have to put a process into something if you want it to change. I mean, if you don't like the way trying to think of a way to put it, but if you don't like the way something is, then you have to change the way you look at it, because if you don't, then it's not going to change. So, I mean, maybe I don't want to be dealing with all this work at school and all these assignments that I'm holding up, but maybe I got to be like, all right, bro, tonight I'm tearing all that work apart and I'm doing it all. So then the next few days, I'm chilling. I can continue back to daily life, and I'm not going to let that keep piling it up. But, I mean, you just have to change the aspect of it and be like, oh, like, maybe this is why I'm like this. I mean, when school started, I low-key summer was great for me. And then when school started, I felt like I had a time limit. Like I went to school, came home, I'm like, yo, I got to work. And then I'm like, yo, I got schoolwork. So then that's when, that's why I'm like, dang, man.
The balancing act.
Exactly, man. It's just like a lot it's different because it hits you when during the summer when you chilling and you have the days to do this and you could sleep there and then just go to work whenever there. When school hits and you have a time limit on you, and then the days seem more like work, like every day is like, dang, man, I got a schedule. I have to do this. I got to do that. Like, it's not chill anymore. Then that's when you kind of have to change the productivity in your mind, and you got to put work into it. But
And I'm glad that you guys have us to always talk to, right? Because we always challenge you guys to think. We challenge you guys to ask questions. And, I'm glad that sometimes, Brandon will set me aside and, Dad, you know what? So I was thinking about this, right? This idea. What do you think about this, and that? And those are good stuff, because, like, man, you're really thinking and you really are looking for solutions to whatever it is that you want to do. And you're thinking, like
Problem solving.
You're problem solving.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's a quality that you need to develop.
And that's a good thing. It's like, maybe I should do this. Like, one thing that I love about Araceli is, like, you really are, you are a, like, what should I say? I don't want to say
analytical thinker.
no, like a problem solver. Like,
Yes.
she's really like,
She's driven.
okay, this is where I'm at. Okay,
Yes.
this is the way that. And sometimes it's funny because, like, you remind me, you were like, Dad, I'm 24. I know how to problem solve this. They're like, I know,
I could do this. I'm capable.
I know how to get into solution mode. I got this. And in a way, it gets me happy because I was like, yeah, let me stop being the parent sometimes. Maybe let her just kind of like figure it out.
On her
Because
own.
as I think that as parents, we do get like, we get worried, right? Because we don't want you guys to,
Struggle alone.
correct. Yeah, struggle. I want to say not, because I'm not going to say I don't want you guys to struggle. Struggle is part of the process
Yeah.
of becoming your person. But, we always always want to kind of be ahead of it, so we're there to kind of catch you if
Or
we see
tussle
that.
through it together. Like we're okay going through it together. Like so that you don't feel like you have to do it on your own.
Yeah, and now, do you believe that you have a, or like for Aracelis, yes, when did you know that, of what your vision is? Like, this is what I want to do when I get older. Like, when did you see that part of yourself, kind of like where you decided this is what I want to do? I know it was at a very young age, but I'm just trying to kind of.
Yeah, I feel like I've always known that I wanted to do this since like 5, but it really hit me when we moved to Florida, and they did. The schools over here were way better than in Connecticut, and they had a lot of. They took care of their arts program. It was very like hands on, and it was a vigorous course. Like it was art schools that I was in, and they took the arts very seriously. Like that's what they were known for. So yeah, when I was able to do like musical theater, and I was in dance, and we were going up for competitions. They were hosting auditions for stuff. That was the first time I ever like had to do an audition, and I started learning more about it. And then I was getting in every like my teachers loved me, and they were like put me to the side and like, you're really good at this. Like I want you to audition for this, or I want you to do this. Have you ever thought about trying this out? Like it just made me feel like, yeah, like it was just confirmation. Like I really like this. Like I like the adrenaline when I'm on stage, and when I would do it, and it just like felt good. I like the people that were there. I felt like they were quirky like me, very fun. They were always like, I don't know, everybody had their own little talent.
Yeah.
We would just like bounce ideas off of each other, and like that's the energy that I liked. Like I don't know.
Do you think it was important to have parents that supported you in your vision, like in what you wanted to do?
Yeah, I think it's very grateful to have that. A lot of the people that I went to, a lot of people that I went to school with, and we would always be a part of those programs. They ended up. I was very surprised when we graduated as seniors, and we all said what we were gonna go do after high school, and a lot of them just went normally to like their careers, like career paths, and they were going to be lawyers, doctors, and stuff. I mean, that was something I guess I never knew that they were like, they really cared for, I guess. But I was like, wow, like you're such a powerhouse. Like your voice is freaking phenomenal. Like,
And you want to be a teacher?
why? Yeah, and I'm like,
A
what?
special ed teacher?
But like, I honestly, I get it, because now that I'm in it, I'm like, dang,
It's
like
hard.
it's hard. Like, and they're like, yeah, I do it as a hobby or like
Yeah.
a side thing, and but yeah, it is hard. And they're like, I don't want to struggle and be like a struggle actress. Like, you really have to get through the mud and this, because you're up with like so many people, and this career isn't, I feel like, always gonna, I don't know, I feel like it's always not gonna be here now that the strike has happened and we have AI and stuff. Like everybody's really scared for like this type of job, because you do, they had this thing where it's like you'll do one thing and then they could use your voice
but
or
I
your
don't.
face.
But
I don't see
I
it that
understand
way.
that. Yeah, I don't. I
It
don't
will
see
never
it either.
replace like how people care
Yes.
for one another.
Yeah,
and
like, I
the
don't-
emotions that we get.
Yeah, I don't see it either. Like I don't see that how they can take it. Like I think it
Well,
could
the things that I
facilitate.
have seen, it's like literally like it's real. Like it looks real. Like
Yeah,
The
I
AI
don't,
I'm
because
like, wow,
I
that's
just feel like
crazy.
it's just gonna miss the connection, like the human
That's
connection.
right.
Is, I just feel like it's not, something about it won't be there.
I mean, I'm
know?
hoping you. Yeah, I'm hoping you.
So
right,
I just
but
don't
there's just
see
a
that
lot
they're
of-
gonna
Yeah, I'm not
replace it.
intimidated by it at all.
Yeah, I don't. I think that you always, there's something about a human that really just makes it real. Just so to me, I don't
Right.
know about AI like that. Like I think it's gonna be good for us, for people, but I don't think that it's gonna replace.
Yeah, it's a good add-on, and that's it.
Yeah, for certain things, you know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
it could eliminate some jobs. Like McDonald's, I could see it that it could probably eliminate. It's like right now you work at Publix and they're gonna have cashier. Was it the
Self-checkout.
self-checkout? Self-checkout takes people's jobs away. You know what I'm saying? So, but
Yeah, but I
still
mean,
gotta-
find me somebody who's gonna wanna put their $300 worth of groceries all in there through themselves and bag it for themselves.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
they're
Like
probably
the-
more tempted to do it like home delivery. That's what I think they'll do.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know what I mean? They'll deliver from home, and then now you have to bring me my $300.
you know what I'm saying? Because look, like Walmart does it, where Walmart's like you gotta scan everything yourself, and
Yeah.
you gotta bag your own stuff.
Yep.
And then you're asking me, can you give us 5 stars?
Yeah, then they're
I'm not
gonna
give you
time
no-
me on it too.
No,
And
I'm
be
not
like,
gonna
can you
give you
hurry
fi-
up? Somebody's waiting for that machine. I'm like,
yeah,
no,
I forget that
seriously.
crap. You know, I commend you guys for being who you are and believing in yourselves and even going through the struggle of it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, obviously, out of Cellies, you have more of this because, Brandon is to kind of figure out. Brandon, have you figured out something that are you still trying to figure out what you want to do for your vision and
Yeah,
what are you
this is your
doing
last year of school. So where are you going with this?
Yeah, no, I mean, I still have a lot of options. I mean, I'm just looking at a few things. I'm not really too sure what I want to go with. Cause I feel like it's not like I want to be a doctor or anything crazy, so I'm not really pushing college that much. But I have been thinking about it recently, just for because I heard that there's like colleges that are welcoming, even they were like, you'll find it, like you'll find your niche and what you want to do. It's good to get out and be social and still like, continue. So I'm not against it. I'm looking at trades and stuff. Like I said, a lot of things with social media. Just testing waters. I mean, I have interest, to look at new things is nice to me. I do have a slight fault when it comes to what's the word? Like basically pushing myself to do it, procrastinating. So, to procrastinate is
I thought you were gonna
But I
say
think
I
that-
have like a little thing where I like to nap all the time. I was like, say
but
it.
it is, I think that, it's just part of, I think, growing up.
The age,
I never
yeah.
saw you. That's one thing, though. Sally was never a procrastinator. Sally was always, always. Until I remember when you became, a junior. And it was like you were always in the books, always studying, doing your, I was like,
Well, she was
damn,
in the ACE
really-
program, so
Yeah,
it
but she
her
literally
classes were
it
like
didn't break her
college
down.
classes.
It didn't break her down. School broke me down. School for me, I was like, ugh, it was tough.
Well, I
was
got
like,
exempt from a lot of tests and stuff because they would be like, do this one test, and if you get an A, then you'll be exempt. So then I was just
But it was
nail
like
it
you
on
were
the first
always
one.
on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You were always on it. You would never,
I was so
procrastinate.
excited to get
Yeah.
that card that you handed me down, and when I got my permit and I went job hunting.
Yes,
Yeah.
you were
I love
really
that.
about it, bro.
I think Brandon could call himself a procrastinator, but he's still in the nick of time he gets his stuff done.
yeah, he just waits
You
till
know
the
what I
last
mean?
minute,
And
which
so,
me,
and there's
that's
nothing
just
wrong
like,
with that. As long
ugh.
as
He's
he
a
gets it
crammer.
done, he gets it
He
done.
gets it done
You
at
know
the
what
last
I mean?
minute,
It's
and I'm
all
like,
good.
something
all
to get it
okay.
done.
Yeah.
But I mean, I do feel like, you both are very amazing people. We're living in this age where there is, I respect
A
that.
lot of
There is a lot of
influences.
influences. There is pressure out there.
Yeah.
But, the great thing about it is that you have parents like us. Like yesterday, we had a meeting and we talked about it. It's like, let's kind of refocus. Let's kind of align things because you don't want to be able also to kind of just let you guys go wild and just
Yeah.
do whatever you want to do, which is fine because we give you the opportunity and respect you. You're 24. I will never tell you what to do, but I will have conversations with you and say, hey, you know what? What if this? What if that? And kind of have your opinion on that. At the end of the day, we want to motivate you guys to continue in your path, find your vision, don't give up. And at the end of the day, we want to be the loudest voice in your life, knowing that when there's a decision that has to be made, you can come to us and not just anybody, And if you go to anybody, then that you're doing that because you know that they're probably going to give you the best advice. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what? This is a good person. Like, I know they got their shit together, and they're going to give, I want to see what they tell me because I'm pretty sure they're going to tell me what I need to hear. You know what I mean?
Well, what I like about this podcast is that on social media, we're viewed like we're comedy driven, and that's all it is. Like, we go hard on comedy. But what this is showing is that we have a balance between those hard conversations and those motivating conversations. And I think sometimes as parents or as a family, you might be missing one of those dynamics. You're either always going hard, 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 and never laughing about things, or vice versa, always laughing about things and never digging deep and under the surface. So one thing about us, I feel like we've hit that sweet spot, and we're right there where it matters most.
Well, we try to, right? So we
Yes.
always are cautious of, like we want to be parents, but we want to be, we're business partners, we're parents, we're a family that we work together. So, I don't want to like go, and not have fun. You know what I'm saying? Like we want to be able to have fun with it. We want to be able to enjoy what you want to do, know your goals, know where you want to be in 5 years, and be able to have those conversations as well. We just want to be able to help along the way.
And as parents, we wouldn't be able to do what we do with you guys if you weren't open to it. You didn't trust us, And so it feels good to know that they trust us in what we're trying to do with them and our vision over their life. And not only that, but even their friends like to be here. And they like to take part in how we are. And with all that in the mix, we still find time to record and to have fun with family and to do and to spend time with ourselves and cultivate that relationship. So it's just like so much going on, but all in a good way.
Yes. And last thing is, Sally, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Hopefully,
No hopeful. There's no hopeful. Where do you see it? Because the thing is, look, you gotta. And we talked about this. Whatever you think about, you bring about. So
That's
it's
right.
like hold yourself accountable. So say, okay, in 5 years,
And if you
this is what I want to do.
verbalize it, even more so, because then we hear
Correct.
it and we hold you accountable.
Because it's like you're creating, like you said, you love. When were we talking about this? You was like, I love having vision boards. Like I'm a person. I need to see it. Right? When did we talk about that?
yesterday, me and you.
Okay, yes. Oh, that's right, last night. So, like, that is part of doing the vision boards, like, because you're saying it out loud, so now you're going to hold yourself accountable. So I'll ask again, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I will have my IMDb credits up.
Boom.
I will be in 3 movies.
Boom. Let's do it right now.
Series regular.
Let's get it. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm gonna be married, y'all.
Oh, snap.
And obvious, y'all will be grandparents.
that.
Damn,
Those movies are gonna be hit.
Yeah. Let's go.
Congratulations. In advance.
And she'll be 29 by then.
Oh my God.
Hey, don't tell her that,
Pushing
babe.
30.
And Daddy, you'll be 52.
Babe, shut up.
Damn.
Brandon.
We're getting into it.
Brandon, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Bro, 5 years, it's like through college. Guys, like, that's a lot of change.
He just said he don't
That's
know what
too much
he's doing
time for
tomorrow.
him. Yeah,
That's
that's too
all
much time for him. He's
Tell me
like,
about your 22-year-old self.
Like, I don't know what's gonna happen after this school, bro. I don't know, but I do want a nice car.
So you'll have a nice car.
But
Right?
like obviously like through earn though. Like I feel like like I'm saying that by like saying like I'll be somewhere where I can have a nice car. Like I've
Gotcha.
earned a nice
Yes.
car. Like I'm not just gonna
Nice.
have a nice car and still be doing it. Like still be here. Like I'll be having my job up probably. I mean depends what I'm gonna be doing. I don't know.
Correct.
Depends
You're
on
gonna
go
work
to school,
yourself to get
trade
that car.
school,
Yeah, whatever.
But I'm always gonna be working my butt off with whatever what. So I'm gonna make sure that I'll be fine.
You'll be babysitting.
Babysitting. Hey, yo, you really are putting this on
You'll
me,
be a
man.
full-time
is. You
nanny.
really want
You'll be
to-
traveling with me while
Will I
I'm
get
on
paid?
set.
Will I be the travel nanny?
Yes.
Does it come with the payment?
Yeah, food. I'll make you food. That's
Food.
your
Yeah.
payment.
She'll
I'll
pay
make you food.
Yeah.
How many money on?
Yeah. Well, listen, thank you so much for being part of our podcast.
Thank you for having us.
Yes,
You guys are
thank
great
you, thank
parents,
you,
and I
thank
think
you.
that shows in the podcast.
Thank you.
So there's-
Thank
Well,
you.
I gotta say, I truly admire the relationship that you both have
Yes.
together.
Yes.
And it's always something really nice to stand back and look at. Because I see how you guys are there for each other. and I really truly admire that a lot.
I see that, especially when you guys are running back and forth.
From one room to
The
the
other.
other, gaming.
I don't know what it is, but sometimes they
Yes.
get at each other's nerves, and sometimes they're just loving on each other. But
Yeah,
it's
we
just-
don't even get on
Who
each
would
other's
even
nerves
know that they're
much.
It's a
8 years
joke.
apart?
Yeah, it's not even that serious. But then we'll have mom yell at us. And we're like, bro, relax.
Maybe relax. It was a joke.
Mom's definitely the yeller.
Yeah, you were the one who
I
grew up with the
tatted
most
out all the
siblings.
time.
Right. Look what they're doing.
And mom grew up with like 3 other siblings. You've
No,
been
the one
through
time
worse.
that we're like nice to each other, then that's what she's like. Look what they're doing. I'm like,
She
what? I
just,
just
you know
said
what it
that.
is that mom didn't have like a brother that was on her, like making fun of her. You know what I'm saying? Like Ray was already older.
No, but he was with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he like
We
how
chased
how
around
Brett-
the house and things like
Exactly.
that.
So
Yeah.
she
So you
knows
do.
the yeah, but she still
Threw
wants
sandals at me.
She just wants to
but
get her little
he's-
yell
no,
out.
But he be trying to be in my bed and stuff, and that's where I draw the line.
I just want everybody to know I'm number 4 out of 5 siblings, and then it's just you and your brother,
Yes.
2 years apart.
Yep. And I'm the oldest, so you already know what it is.
But good times, good times. We'll have you guys back
Yeah.
on again soon.
Thank
so
you.
stand by, y'all.
That's it. Well, thanks so much for tuning in to the He Said, She Said podcast. I'm your host, your boy, Jimmy Alonso, my girl,
Lady G's in the house.
and our kids, Araceli and
And Rando.
Peace.
Bye.